Yo, it's about that time. Welcome to another edition, episode 36, Hiphopcitizen Livestream, and I am with the lovely, my special guest, my co-host for this evening, Miss Mestiza. Did I do that? Did I butcher that?
You got it right, Miss Mestiza.
There you go. There you go. I just want to welcome everyone.
Say it with some.
Oh yeah, Miss Mestiza. I feel like I want to do a little cha-cha with that one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yo, big shout out to Muzzy Malones. Welcome to the Hiphopcitizen Livestream. Don't forget to go out there and hit the share on your share box. Muggsy says she's fine. Oh yeah, Muggsy. Oh yeah, wait till you meet Miss Mestiza.
Mestiza.
Miss Mestiza. Oh, I'm gonna butcher that one. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna owe you 1,000 favors by the end of the night.
You killed it.
Okay. She says I killed it anyways. How about you? All of you out there all around the world, don't be afraid to call in. It's a live, interactive, live stream and chat. The link is in the box. Let's call in and see if you can pronounce well, first of all, call in and see if you can introduce yourself to Miss Mestiza and see if you can get it right, if you can do a better job than I.
Call me.
There you go. The link is in the box there. Welcome to all of our followers on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. Help me out, Miss Mestiza. Facebook, YouTube, all social media. You can find us everywhere.
Facebook. We're everywhere. YouTube.
That's it.
We're like all state, everywhere. All state.
Speaking of all state, and of course, those around the world know that we're broadcasting from the United States of America. I'm coming to you tonight from Texas. My co-host, Architect Sevens in Virginia, Dave Simons in Brooklyn, New York, and Dialect 718 is also coming out of the Atlanta area. But tonight, Miss Mestiza, where in America do you broadcast from tonight?
I am broadcasting live from the 804 Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond. Ding, 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 ding. Shout out to Big Richmond out there. If you're from Richmond, don't be afraid to call in on the hashtag line or live stream and chat. Give a shout out and just say hello. So, Miss Mestiza, talk to me about your week. How was your week?
Oh my God, it has been like super stressful with exams and prepping because I graduate next month. So it's been kind of hectic.
Congratulations.
And
graduated from high school.
College.
Well, hey, with all that youthful glow, what I'm saying, I just got to make sure that we got it right.
Oh my God. When I discover the fountain of youth, I will let you know.
All right. Man, I'm pretty sure that your job search is going going well, I trust.
Oh,
as a new grad in 2020?
Yeah, I actually already have like a few offers. I'm just like kind of weighing my options right now because I also want to continue on to college. So, I have to find that balance.
There you go. So you've had some interesting professions. I don't want to go too deep into it, but you like bodies. Do you mess with dead bodies? Talk to me about some of the jobs that you've done over there.
Yes, I do.
I mean, go ahead.
Ask me whatever you want.
Okay, well, look, I'll just put it out there. So you have an interesting job. For someone who's just graduating from college, I mean, you really get to see people after they leave this earth. I mean, you work as an embalmer, right? I mean, you embalm dead people, right?
Yes.
Or how do you say it? What's the proper way to say it? What's the polite way to say it if I'm at a cocktail party and we're passing champagne and you say what? You say, I do what?
I'm the last one to put a smile on your face.
Oh, wow. That's cold. That's real cold. Whoa. Yeah, that can go both ways. I guess. Big shout out to Jamar. I see you out there, Jamar. He's not calling me Bay. I assume he's calling you Bay.
Hi, Bay.
Welcome, Jamar. Hiphopcitizen Livestream. Don't forget to go out there and share, pass that link around, let everybody know. And in fact, Ms. Mestiza, while we're at it, I just want to go ahead and let everyone else know, by the way, that tonight we're going to do something different here. We take donations, Hiphopcitizen Cash App. With your $1 donation, we're going to make sure that we're going to give away some money to some of our fans. So we're going to collect some donations and we're going to give it right back. How about that, Ms. Mestiza? You think that sounds cool? Think that's a fair bet?
That is great. It's Friday. We know y'all got paid, so come up out your pockets.
Yeah, we figure, you see the Cash App there. Go ahead and throw up $1 for the Cash App. And we're going to throw out a keyword. Ms. Mestiza is going to tell you when to chime in. You're going to type in on the comment box a keyword that she throws out. And the first one who does it, and the first one who paid on the Cash App, we're going to give away $10 on the Cash App. How about that, Ms. Mestiza? What about $10? Could you use $10 for watching the show on a Friday night?
Yes, that's gas money.
Hey, man, that's a Starbucks coffee. But, and if you're tuning in from outside of America, hey, you convert those $10 to your currency, you might make out tonight, all by watching a Hiphopcitizen Livestream show on all social media. So I think that's a great deal. I don't know about you, Ms. Mestiza, but I certainly use $10 in my pocket.
Oh, Starbucks is calling my name.
But there you go. Hiphopcitizen Cash App. Go ahead and throw $1 up for your donation. And somebody tonight, somebody around the world is likely to get a $10 Cash App by the end of this broadcast. And I tell you, that's what makes us the leading interactive Hiphopcitizen, or the leading, I guess we say leading interactive chat and social media magazine on concurrent platforms. And I guarantee you, no one else is going to be giving you cash out tonight except for Hiphopcitizen Livestream. There we go. Enough said with that one right there. And you know what else is going on, Ms. Mestiza? In order to get your beautiful face on the screen here, in order to get you, I think we would be remiss if we didn't go into some of our sponsors. Okay. I just want to give a quick shout out to Fetty Says Beard Care. I want all the men out there, if you got your Corona beard going on, if you got your Beijing going on, be sure to take out Fetty Says Beard Care. If you go there and check it out right now and use the promo code HipHopCit15, you will save 15% off your desired hair care, beard care for you to get that beard glowing and nice and sheenful and that nice glow. Are you a beard lady, Ms. Mestiza? What do you think about the men with the nice beards?
Oh my God, I love a nice beard.
Oh, there you go. A nice beard.
No problems getting it wet.
So there you go. You heard it from Miss Mestiza herself. You know what I'm saying? She likes a man that's afraid to get her beard wet. And you can start right here by going to Fetty Says Beard Care and get your 15% off right here at Hiphopcitizen Livestream. Tell them Hiphopcitizen sent you. Don't forget to use that promo code HipHopCit15. And there you go. And also, don't forget the Limelight Collection. The Limelight Collection has the best clutch purses for you. And I don't have the website. We'll get that up here in a moment. But if you go to the Limelight Collection, use the Hiphopcitizen promo code, and you too can get your lady a elegant, nice, beautiful clutch purse. Perfect for that first night out once coronavirus is free, and all you guys can enjoy, and your lady looking nice, and you have your little Freddy beard care on, and that glow will be going in. You can get it wet tonight with your lady too. And so I hope you guys check that out. And of course, certainly last but not least, is the hiphopcitizen.com. Don't forget to go to hiphopcitizen.com, and you can check out shout out to Jamar Pest. He just sent them $5, by the way. Thank you, Jamar. So I want to thank you for the $5 Cash App. So somebody's going to get $10 tonight. Maybe Jamar, you might get it, so you might make a $5 tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate the donation. Don't forget the YouTube can tune in live right now. Go ahead and throw in your $1 Cash App. But while you're at it, you might want to go check out hiphopcitizen.com. Hiphopcitizen.com is where you catch all our replays. You'll see some of the older episodes and also some of the new. The Top 10 I has all your hip hop, your independent hip hop musicians. Where you can catch some of the new artists before they blow up. We even had MO3 3 years ago featured on our Top 10 I. Can you believe that, Ms. Mestiza? MO3 is now one of the, I guess, posthumously one of the larger stars. But we had them here first on Hiphopcitizen.
I'm still like,
yeah, that was a hard one. That was a hard one. I think we're going to get into that one a little bit later. And also, don't forget to check out Hip Hop Citizens Report, where you'll find some of the most in-depth or some of the more, I guess, introspective details on the latest of the MO3 shootings, the investigation, and also with the Boozy shooting as well. Hiphopcitizen.com. Be sure to go check that out. And just a quick reminder, go ahead and throw up your Cash App, $1 donation. We're going to give some cash back to somebody here tonight. Just go ahead and throw in $1 donation, and Miss Mestiza is going to throw out a keyword. And when you type in the mystery keyword, the first one to do it, it's going to win some money tonight. So let's see here. Where we at here? Big shout out to Michael Francois. Is that where you at supporting the hustle? I think so, Jamar. If I heard you correctly, I think you're right. All right. Let's get ready to get into the show here, shall we? Miss Mestiza. Let's get started here. All right, phone calls are coming in here. Let me see what we got going on. All right. So let me go back into the show. Hit the banner here. Let's talk about the Verzuz battle. All right. Are you familiar with the phone lines are calling in? If you want to call in, go ahead and use the URL in the link. That will probably be your best bet for calling in for the show here. Hiphopcitizen Livestream. This is funny. The lives are blowing up, but the Verzuz battle. I want to see what you think about the Verzuz battle there.
Hotline bling.
Hotline is definitely blinging here. Hiphopcitizen Livestream. You too can call in. Be sure to use the link. A lot of people trying to call in on the FaceTime. I prefer to use the link there. The link is in the subject box. But the Verzuz battle. Let's talk about the Verzuz battle. Wow, that's all I have to say. What did you think of the Gucci versus Jeezy battle? I don't know if you had a chance to catch it, Miss Mestiza, but they had an hour delay. They're supposed to start sharp, I believe, on the hour, but it took them an hour to get started. As it turns out, it looks like maybe they had to get some I guess, some of the terms ironed out, because wow, what an explosive battle. I don't know. Are you a fan of either Jeezy or Gucci?
Growing up, I heard Gucci a lot, and the only song that I'm familiar with Gucci Mane and Jeezy is Icy, and evidently that's primarily what the beef was over. So I really didn't get a chance to see the battle, but it's all over Facebook. So I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yes. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna try to cue something up here. I'm gonna try to quarterback this for you a little bit, but let me see if I can just set the stage for you here just a little bit. All right. Well, first of all, as I mentioned early on, the show got off to a slow start, about an hour later than planned. But the show kicked off with Stacey Abrams, the gubernatorial candidate, the failed gubernatorial candidate for the state of Georgia, who called in to remind all the viewers, almost 2 million that is, to continue the voting. And then after that, both Gucci and Jeezy, with their jackets standing up, they kind of just jumped right into it. Gucci leads off with a diss song. And would you have it believe? Could you believe? Do you think these guys can make it through the whole Verzuz without getting serious? What do you think, Miss Mestiza? Do you think these guys could fit into a room with their entourage? How do you think it played out?
I feel like sometimes, especially with the social dynamics that are taking place in the world today, sometimes you have to be the bigger person, and you have to be able to put the confrontations aside, because you have children that are looking up to you, and if you're their role model, you don't really want to be exploiting beef like that, because look at what happened to King Von and all that. I mean, so many people, dying over nothing.
Right. Yep. I completely agree. I mean, you look at a lot of the violence that's been going on in hip hop. You mentioned King Von. You can go back to Pop Smoke. I mean, you go back to Nipsey Hussle. most recently, even Benny the Butcher from Griselda Records, MO3, Boosie. I mean, I don't know if this is just a Corona fatigue or just the Corona economy that's causing such desperations, but there is certainly something going on there that's kind of concerning. Someone says, mute your phone. Well, they keep calling in. The phone lines are open, so everyone keeps calling in. So just trying to manage the calls here.
It's just really sad, and like you said, a coincidence, because it's like one day you hear one person dies, then the next day I'm like hearing King Von die, and then the next day Mavi, and it's like, oh my God, like when is it gonna stop? And then you hear that Boosie got shot at. So
yeah, that's right. It's funny that you mentioned Boosie gets shot. I mean, I think that was what was so surprising about this versus battle. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, here you have is basically two, I don't know if you want to call them all-stars or icons or legends, but you had two legends who had a famous beef. And there's no beef that gets any bigger than actual murder and prison time. And so here you have two older statesmen in hip hop battling out on an H-shaped stage at a strip club in Atlanta, Magic City, a strip club that's made Jeezy's famous. You see these guys kind of just a war of words, if you will, and they kind of go back and forth, especially with Gucci telling Jeezy that his music was old. Say, hey, go into the new stuff. Why are you on this old stuff?
I don't get it, but it's like, I feel like personally people hate for all the wrong reasons, and two wrongs don't make a right. If anything, you're just blowing it up and making it even worse.
That's right.
And I feel like right now, instead of concentrating on all of that, we need to find a cure to this COVID, and we need to get back to, making good decisions and setting better examples for the children, because kids, we have more elders alive now in the US than we do children, because children are not even making it to the age 16, 17, or 20 anymore because they're too busy killing each other off. And now, like, if you really want to like get technical, Social Security and everything, by the time we need Social Security, it's not going to exist anymore, because we're having to take care of all the elderly that are outliving the youth. And it's just ridiculous.
I completely agree there. And that's why it's important, going back to Stacey Abrams' point, and perhaps maybe that's why she led with the introduction, that people need to really get out there and vote. Your voices can be heard and your voices can make a difference. Georgia is the latest and greatest example of just that. Did you get out? Did you make it out to vote this time around?
I did. I made sure I went out to vote this time.
Yeah. How does it feel to pick a losing candidate? That's a bait. Don't fall for the bait. Big shout out to Johnny Big Beard and Andrew Good. Johnny Big Beard on YouTube and Andrew Good on Facebook. Welcome to the Hiphopcitizen Livestream. Don't forget to go out there and share the stream. So one of the other things that happened during the Jeezy and Gucci battle, Gucci has this song called "Truth," and of course, as we alluded to earlier, Gucci was let me back up. So once upon a time ago, Gucci and Jeezy both had a song called "Icy." At some point, their partnership kind of split up or what have you, and there was a dispute over the ownership of that song. Back in those days, if you want to go back 15 years earlier, Jeezy was kind of more or less wearing the icy chain. So it was Jeezy who allegedly puts out a bounty on anyone, 10,000 for anyone who gets Gucci's chain, the icy chain. And as you have it, guess what happened, Mr. Mestiza? You put a bounty out for 10,000, guess what happens?
Somebody's going to go after it.
Somebody went after it, and that's exactly what happened. And so the irony there was there were two chairs set up at this versus battle. Gucci never sat down. And if you look at the strolling text, and you see a lot of people say, well, why don't they sit down? Why don't they sit down? Well, if you know their history, Gucci's not going to sit down in any chair around Jeezy or his goons ever again, and I think that's maybe why, and it may have been overlooked. But did you know during the song or during the performance, during Truth, he looked dead at Jeezy and told him that, he would dig up his boy and smoke him. And if he had any more, he'd do the same thing over again. And I tell you, Mestiza, you should have heard the air go out of the room on that. I mean, before these songs, you had the entourage cheering. But after that, it got really silent and it got really tense in there and it got really creepy. I don't know about you, Mestiza, but it's one of those things that was slightly embarrassing. It was kind of embarrassing, kind of concerning, and almost sad.
It's like that fight or flight instinct kicks in. Like, do I stay here and rap, or do I run my ass out that door?
That's it. That's it. I tell you, I'll be honest with you. I would probably have been amongst the latter on that one. I don't know that I could have just stuck by there and let a guy who disrespected me once before and sit there and act like everything's okay and everything's gonna be all great. I personally couldn't have done that.
Well, like, I really applaud them because, that had to take a lot to just be in that room together,
Yeah.
period, especially after all that. So it's like, it actually shows that their character has really grown, or either
Yeah.
they was getting paid really good for it.
Yes, absolutely. And in my mind, there may have been a bit of some choreographing in this because by the end of the set, it was all love. What we did see is that everyone seemed to have come together. They did a kumbaya moment, and both Jeezy and Gucci ended up doing a song together. I believe it was a new version of the Icy, or they did the Cloud with the Icy song together. All parties were joyous and a little bit of a calming moment, if you will, based on what we saw earlier in the show. So I think all fans alike can rejoice in knowing that the beef didn't end in such a serious or negative tone. I think people like to know that too, right?
Yeah, it was probably like that rejoicing was probably like a sigh of relief, like, oh my God, thank God that they did not get the shooting up in here.
Absolutely.
Like peace just for now, like till we get to our cars, don't start no shit.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I couldn't, yeah, absolutely, totally agree with you there. Yep. And one of the things that Jeezy did say during this whole thing, he kind of mentioned that, listen, they're the elder states, they are the elder statesmen, and they need to be doing this for the larger cause. I mean, like I said, when you mentioned a lot of the younger rappers who've been dying lately, like I said, Pop Smoke, some of those Pop Smoke, Nipsey, and the others. It just made sense that they all do it for the culture, because we're losing a lot of our younger stars, and that kind of brings me to my next point. Hip Hop Citizen reports on hiphopcitizen.com ran an article about 5 Texas shootings 4 Texas shootings over a course of 4 days. And I think that everyone out there, you should get a chance to check that article out there. It's a pretty introspective look at some of the shootings on these rappers. Why do you think that is, Mestiza? What's the fascination with these rappers? You think it's jealousy? Is it hip hop, or is it something else in the water? What's going on? What do you think is driving this need to shoot for attention?
Well, I feel like today's music it will never be what it was back then, like 90s, 80s, 2000s. To me personally, that's when rap was great. And it's like now when I cut on the radio, I can hardly understand what they're saying in this trap music. And I feel like with them being the old heads of the rap game and everything, it's like they have a prestige that they're leaving behind, and it's gonna carry on regardless. And you have these little kids, these individuals that at once looked up to these people, but now they're making it, and it's like, okay, look, dog, your ass gotta go, it's my time to shine.
Yeah.
And then like when they see that they can't really like get them down, it's like, okay, maybe something's got to happen. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's just my personal perspective on it. But I mean, it's all politicking. So
I completely agree. I mean, unfortunately, it's a little bit too much politicking, and I hope that we find a way around this. Um, uh, that kind of brings me to, still talking about Texas. It kind of brings me to Benny the Butcher. Are you familiar with Benny the Butcher? Are you a big fan or no?
I have never heard of him before.
You've never heard of Benny the Butcher? Well, again, and that's quite understandable. So Benny the Butcher is a newcomer to the rap scene, and I get it that maybe you haven't heard of Benny that much, but he's kind of like a rapper's rapper to me. When I think of Benny the Butcher, Griselda Records has been on the move. I would call them probably one of the number one, or I guess, leading older hip hop persons out of Buffalo, New York. But recently, he found himself in the Houston area. I think your hometown. I think, did you say you were from Houston or you lived there in that area?
I live
But
there.
Benny was in your neck of the woods, your former neck of the woods, and while doing some business, decided to I don't know, maybe pick up some socks at the local Walmart. And of course, those guys are walking around with their bling, their jewelry on, and they go to park outside the Walmart parking lot, and the car of five guys pull up and ask them for their jewelry. I know you're not familiar with Benny's music, but Benny, he talks a lot of the prison rap. He talks about you rob him, you can expect to get shot back. But apparently, these guys roll up on him and ask them for their jewelry, and perhaps maybe they were moving too slow, and Benny ends up getting shot in the leg. And this is all in the same week, right behind Boosie, Mo3, even a rapping dentist in Dallas was shot in an attempted robbery. So I don't know if you can blame it on the 2020, the lack of a strong economy, but certainly the thugs, the criminals are out there. They're out there trying to get at any rapper that they can. Big shout out to Micah. What up, Micah?
I definitely think our economic status has a lot to play with it, uh, or play, a part of
Absolutely.
playing. And it's like people are losing jobs. When you lose a job, how can you take care of your family? Um, People are doing the most for money nowadays, and I guess like it's there's no limits when it comes to trying to take care of your family. But
And
then there's also selfishness and greed. Like if it's just you and you're only thinking about yourself, then that's terrible.
yes, yes, yes. And when you're doing a lot of terrible things, you know, they kind of end up in a place where you get to put the last smile on their face.
Hey,
No, no pun or joke there.
I always say that, the economy and our gangsters, we all work together in a circle of life
Hmm.
pretty much because without the politics, without the drugs, without the cartels, without moving money, without people getting killed, I wouldn't have a job. So everything works in a circle. People have to be born, people have to die. That's how everything keeps going.
Oh wow, wow. I guess when you're embalming bodies, you got a unique perspective on life or death.
You have to. You have to. I mean, you have to find something that keeps you going with it because if not, you're just going to be like depressed all the time. And for me, it's a art. It's a pleasure because I get to make families happy. And the biggest thing to me doing it is people see their loved one right when they died or the person got shot and they didn't get to see them. You don't want them to see their last image of them destroyed. So
Yeah, I
it's a pleasure to put somebody back together and present them to their family as whole. It's an honor.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, what sparked your interest in that? How do you get over the fear of death and say, yeah, this is something that I'm going to do, at least to put me through college?
Okay, so it started with college. I actually went to college for bereavement grievement counseling, and I needed an internship. So the only place that was available was a funeral home, and they were actually getting ready to do away with their bereavement and grievement program. So they gave it to me, and I started counseling people. And the more I counseled, more people came, and it brought business into the funeral homes. So I actually got requested to start working at other funeral homes. So I kind of like will work at one weekend, and then we'll go work at another one another weekend. And I was like super busy. So finally, I graduated, and I got asked to stay at the place where I did my apprenticeship. And they told me, "Have you ever dressed a dead body before?" And I was like, "No." And it was like, "Okay, well, help me out." I did it, and I felt like really good inside. Because when the lady's daughter showed up to see her mom, she was like, "Oh, wow, who did that?" And the undertaker, he was like, "She did." She was like, "Nobody could ever get my mother's makeup right, but you did that." And I was like, "Yeah." And I even did her hair. And it was like after that, it just took, and I knew that if I was able to do it that time, I can always do it. And I do it, and I love it.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
they're dead. They're not gonna hurt you.
So do you listen to music while it's going on? Is it quiet? Do you work late nights?
I do. I go like this is funny. We don't embalm bodies until we start embalming bodies around 8 until 4 a.m. in the morning. So we start at 8 p.m. at night, and we embalm until 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Because it's like you're too busy planning funerals and stuff during the day that you don't really have time to embalm a body during the day. So it's it's time consuming, but it's amazing too.
What is that stuff that you're stuffing into the bodies? It looks like cotton. What is that stuff?
Cotton.
Oh, it really is cotton.
Mhm.
So oh wow, yeah. I was looking at your Facebook page there, and it looked like you were sewing somebody up. But I said, dude, is she stuffing cotton in, lady?
Yeah. This particular patient or deceased died of blood clots, and so the person was dropped off at the hospital in the emergency room, and the emergency room is in a location that's like very low income, like low budget, and they treat people any type of way. So they let the person sit there, and they died in the emergency room because the blood clot passed through the heart. Well, when I went to go embalm, her jugular was so corroded with blood clots that I couldn't embalm her. So I had to go into the main vein in her leg and embalm her through her leg. And that's when you see me doing the sutures and sewing her up and packing her.
Wow, wow. Yeah. Well, the men are men intimidated by you? Did they find? I mean, is that intimidating? I mean, to some people, in my mind, I just think like, hey, man, talk about she's
Well,
gonna body you.
like I don't know, like everybody knows me around here, and I'm just the sweetheart. Like I'm always volunteering and helping people, and I paint and I sell my paintings, and I work at school, and I just do so much, and I'm so involved in the community that when I say I'm an embalmer, people are like, "Oh, okay." Like we would have expected that from you because you're just everywhere, so it's nothing new.
Yeah, well, yeah. On first take, when I hear embalmer, I think of somebody's wiping lipstick on somebody, but then I think that's a bomber, not an embalmer. So yeah, the fact that you like to work with the deceased, this kind of reminds me of a black widow spider a little bit. But no offense there, and I hope none is taken.
You're gonna start some shit.
Uh, so let me go ahead and move on here. All right, let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion for a second here. All right, Meg,
Ow.
are you a big fan of
Got
Meg?
the got them mega knees. Ow.
There you go. There you go. It's one of those stories that we just can't run away from Houston about. But effectively, Meg Thee Stallion, uh, 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 as it were, she kind of has found herself defending the backlash from turning down the Breakfast Club. Are you familiar with this story?
I
Not
know
so
what the
much.
Breakfast Club is, and I know who she is, but I didn't hear the story. So tell me.
All right, so let me break down the story for you. Effectively, she turns down the Breakfast Club because she kind of felt like, that given the artists, were given enough black publications, and Nicki Minaj were complaining about it. She thought that some of them were geared towards a white audience. She found herself at the center of the debate when the Breakfast Club host Charlamagne the God revealed after a GQ article publication that she rejected a radio show's interview request. And the reason why? The club refused to honor her request not to ask questions about Tory Lanez, the Tory Lanez shooting. And so she's been catching a lot of heat because she apparently wants a writer in her contract that says, yes, we'll do the interview so long as you don't bring up the Tory Lanez thing. And I don't know. I don't know that Meg Thee Stallion is worth anything without the Tory Lanez story. But I'm not that big of a Meg fan to know the difference. But do you find that is it worth not showing up for the Breakfast Club if I got to talk about Tory Lanez? Is it fair game? And if I had Meg, I would ask her about Tory Lanez.
I mean, I feel like as a woman, she's holding her ground and she's allowed to do that. I don't know what their bond is after their conflict, but I see it as her being mature and respectful because after, me personally, I would be like, if you want to know, go ask him. Let him tell you. He's the one that shot my foot. Yeah. So it's like, I could see her. She's not trying to add fuel to the fire. And if she does speak about it, that's probably exactly what's going to do. So I totally respect her for that. I would still show up though. But I just would be like, you know what? Next. I'm not answering that.
Right. Big shout out to Steve Armstrong, by the way.
Another thing you also got to remember is there is two sides to every story. So she could tell hers, but it wouldn't be fair because he's not there to back his side either. So you got to have both. I completely agree there. And so it sounds like you're on the side of the fence that, yeah, Meg has a point. I can show up, but there needs to be two sides of the story told. But I kind of lean on the side that Meg, as an American girl, should be able to tell her story without fear of any type of retribution or consequence. Exactly. But the thing is, though, we don't know what type of conflicts or what she's facing behind social media because you could put on a smile, but you don't know what demons people are really dealing with behind the laptops, the computers. So she deserves that privacy. She deserves that respect. So it was like, I feel like she's owed that. I mean, look at, she got shot.
Yeah. And I just want to ask you, without, and politics aside, are guns to blame for these rappers getting shot? Is it part of the culture? Meg, she talks the game and she's into the bad boys and bad boys are carrying guns. Is this a thing that, is it a gun thing or you think it's just crazy people with guns?
I don't believe that it's a gun thing because there's always a person behind it that controls the trigger. Yes. So it's people. It's not the gun. The gun doesn't have feet and the gun doesn't have a brain. It's us. It's people in general.
Just people in general there. Yep.
People in general.
Yep. We're 40 minutes in. I think I just want to remind everyone that you are watching Hiphopcitizen Livestream, a interactive live stream and chat across concurrent social media platforms. I am talking with my special co-host, Miss Mestiza, and you can call in and speak to her too. The call-in URL is in the comment box. Be sure to just tell us where you're from, or you can just, if you're shy, if she intimidates you as being an embalmer, if you don't want her to be the last person putting a smile on your face, go ahead and just leave a comment in the chat box. What are your questions for our special guest, Miss Mestiza? I think we got like 20 minutes left on the stream here. Just want to talk to you, get your impressions about anything we discussed so far, whether it's the Gucci battle, Megan Thee Stallion, the hip hop shootings. I want you to hear your comments and chats. Looks like we have our co-host, David Simonism. Welcome, Dave. Welcome back to the show, brother.
Yo, it's crazy out here, man. I didn't even have time to set up the headset and microphone.
Well, you're coming in pretty good to us. You just caught us in the middle of our promo. We are running a special hip hop. Leave a donation, and somebody's gonna walk away here tonight with a $10 cash reward. We are already, I think we're already in $5. Big shout out to Jamar. I think Jamar is a leading candidate to get the cash prize tonight. Miss Mestiza is going to give out a keyword here in a moment, and somebody's going to win 10,000. Not 10,000. Did I say that too fast? Somebody's going to win $10, 10 US dollars, just for viewing the show.
I think you should say just kidding.
Just kidding on the 10,000. Yes.
You'd be liable for 10 grand, my friend.
Yeah, I can see the lawyers now. Like, hey.
You said it on the broadcast. It's binding.
Yeah. But yeah, it's $10, and somebody's going to get that pretty soon here. So if you would like to participate, all you got to do is go ahead and throw in $1. A dollar donation is all it takes, and you will be eligible for a $10 cash award at the end of this broadcast.
That's amazing. Have you had the dollar donations?
Yeah, I told you. We already 5 in, and big shout out to Jamar. Jamar is one of our viewers, and he's contributed. And I think right now he may be the guy who gets the $10. You put in 5, he's gonna get 10.
Oh, one guy put in the whole $5.
One guy put in the whole $5, and others, all you out there, you too can match too. So we're gonna give it to Jamar. Jamar's gonna get this money. If you want to participate, go ahead and throw in a $1 donation, and you can make more.
Oh, I can also donate $1 and be a candidate to win?
No, you're ineligible, Dave. But Dave, have you met our special co-host, Miss Mestiza? Say hello to Miss Mestiza.
Hello, Miss. I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Oh, here we go.
Meh. Meh. Like me.
Yes.
Mestiza.
Mestiza.
Mesti.
Messi. I think
Mestiza.
I'm gonna need at least a week with that one. I'm gonna just call you Miss.
That is perfectly fine.
Well, how did we meet you, Miss?
Oh, well, Juan is a good friend of mine.
And so, we always need a host. And so, it's always great to have someone with a pleasurable smile, Dave. I just knew that you were going to be late with your beautiful smile. And so we just had a substitute until you got here.
Yes. My apologies again. So did you do anniversaries and birthdays already?
We were going to get into that in a little bit, but we're just talking to Miss Mestiza about some of the current events, the Gucci battle. We talked about Mega Stallion. We talked a little bit about some of the Texas shootings. We didn't really get into, as Steve mentioned, the Boosie shooting, but maybe, now it's just as good as any ever to talk about Boosie. Boosie was shot while visiting Mo3 in Dallas. And although he's fine and he's recovering, it appears that there may be some complications to his existing diabetes problem.
Oh, that's why they had the 2 operations?
Yes, they've been having several operations because, when you're diabetic, your normal regimen doesn't always apply. So, there's special protocols that need to be taken. And it sounds like Boosie was on the fence. The latest I heard, he may pull through. But it seems like he had a really close call. There were some considerations of amputation. Boosie.
Yes.
Boosie. Did I say it right?
No, I thought you said Gucci.
Oh, okay. No, Boosie. Okay, Boosie. And it's not little Boosie, Steve. It's Boosie. So I'm told.
So, Miss, what do you think of the violence in hip hop?
Oh, God. Do we really want to go there again? I think it's terrible. It's setting a bad example for our children. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
Where you from, Miss?
Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, okay. It's a VA connection.
Well, we kind of talked about it earlier. So for those who don't know, in the state of Virginia, anybody who clocks out in Virginia, they ship their bodies to Richmond. And when they ship their bodies to Richmond, I think at some point, somebody might get the final luck of the draw and see Miss Mestiza.
Oh, really?
Yep. And
You a
then
mortician?
she's an embalmer. We were just talking about that. She embalms bodies, and sometimes she stuffs them with cotton.
Oh, I thought you did the makeup. You actually drain them.
I do it all.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
dressing, bathing, balming, sewing, autopsies.
Sewing.
Does the dead twitch?
Woo.
No.
Woo.
Perfectly still.
The only time they twitch is right after they die, because you bleed out, your bowels move, you pee on yourself, you puke, you twitch, your body's shutting down, but the last thing to shut down is your hearing. So when somebody dies and you feel like they didn't hear your final word, they heard you.
Wow.
That's
it takes your brain like 12 to 24 hours to shut down.
Whoa. You're kidding me.
No.
So you take the brain out as well, or that's an medical examiner?
That's a medical examiner.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what I do is, if somebody's murdered, they go through the medical examiner. The medical examiner cuts them, do their autopsy, and then they take like a piece of suture string and they like half-ass sew them. Then we go and pick them up, take them back to our funeral home, take them up to the embalming room, give them a bath, wash them, disinfect them, because family is going to want to hold their hands or whatever. And then we sew them up, we pack them, put the cotton, and we sew them up the correct way and dress them and get them ready for viewing and all that.
Woo.
I can't hear you.
Dave, we lost your audio a little bit there, Dave.
Hello?
Yeah, I think
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, Dave.
Okay. What were you guys doing for the COVID individuals?
For the COVID, well, we all had to wear special uniforms. We have like a face covering, special clothing that we have to wear. And when we go in, we have to put that on. And then when we go out, we take it off, put it in the trash. Then we have showers and we take a shower before we leave. And then when we leave outside of the building, we have to use a disinfectant, but it's something different that we spray on the bottoms of our shoes. So when we get in our vehicles, we don't track any type of germs or anything from the embalming room into our vehicles and take it home. But what I do is I bought extra scrubs. So when I get home, I would take my scrubs off and put them in the trash can outside. And then I would come back inside the house and take a shower again before I get in the bed.
So let's get this clear. So you don't bring your work home?
I do not bring my work home. I have my 2 babies and I can't risk it.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
You married?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess some lucky individual out there probably try to holler at you.
Here we go.
Sometimes
you got one thing going for you. I'm sorry, Don. I'll just say this last comment. Majority of the listeners probably won't be able to pronounce your name like I can't. So they won't even know how to holler at you.
It has perks.
Great perks there.
Good thing. Yeah.
How many bodies you do a day?
Well, due to COVID, we've been slam packed so bad that we really didn't have enough space in freezers. So we was actually paying other funeral homes to let us use space in their freezers to store bodies. So on an average, we've been doing about 5 to 6 a day. And it takes an hour and a half per body, depending on your weight.
Wow.
Yeah, that one is that's kind of wild. I was just going to add, speaking about the living morbid, Lil Wayne was facing some federal gun charges for possession. Lil Wayne already did some time in Rikers, I think, for the same charge, but here he is again. He's caught out in Florida, not too long after he did his little grin thing with President Trump. But now he finds himself on the other end of the law, facing 10 years in prison. What do you guys think about Lil Wayne and his gun charges here? I mean, you can argue that he has a point. He needs his strap with him. Rappers is a target. But like MO3 here, I mean, you're a felon. They've been stripping guns from us. The government was stripping guns from some of us for a very long time.
Well, bottom line is, Wayne, you can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Wayne most likely is going to cop a plea. What the plea will lead to, most likely, it'll probably be maybe about 6. He might have to do 6 because it's where he went wrong is it was in the air, so that's the federal charge. It was on a plane, so you don't know where he transported that firearm or if the firearm. I think the reason why it took so long for them to charge him is probably because they were waiting to see if any ballistics came back on that firearm dirty.
Yeah, well, that's what his lawyers are arguing. His lawyers are arguing that Lil Wayne is not a threat. Although, when you're at an airport, that becomes federal jurisdictions, and a felony, is a federal jurisdiction. So a felony is a felony. Why does Lil Wayne get a break? And I'm assuming that's the
hopefully
argument.
Hopefully they're pleaded out. He won't get the 10 years. I mean, bottom line is he is a felon, so he's going to have to do something, unless of course somebody else step forward and say that the firearm was theirs, which they should have done a long time ago.
Yes.
I guess the entourages are not like they used to be.
To say the least, for sure. Yeah, to say the least. Yeah, well, we're going to see what's going to happen with this. A lot of eyes on this. Lil Wayne is still very relevant to a lot of people, influenced a lot of people for the culture. I can tell you for sure that we will be watching this and see where this plays out. My best is with Lil Wayne, and I hope he gets it together, and I hope he beats the case.
I can tell you one thing. I don't see many rappers hanging around with Lil Wayne in the future until this case is resolved, because you never know. In the words of Gucci Man, everybody's snitching.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Just want to give a quick shout out to all the viewers out there, all of you guys tuning in to Hiphopcitizen Livestream. We've got about 8 minutes in here before we wrap it up and get to some of the anniversaries, hip hop anniversaries and birthdays. But first things, I want to give a shout out to Boosie. Boosie was here, as we mentioned, who got shot on his birthday. I just want to give a big shout out to Boosie on his birthday. It's one of our hip hop birthdays there. David, what are some of the things that you're seeing in hip hop that you think that can change with all the violence?
You know what? Honestly, there's been a lot of theories about the violence that has been occurring, because if you didn't know, New York was like really running rampant with the violence over the summer. And a lot of people contributed to the pandemic, the quarantine, the fact that the life expectancies are kind of up in the air now, because you can get COVID next week and just pass away. So a lot of people are taking matters into their own hands. Now, Boosie's situation, I mean, he spoke on his on what is that guy? M3 Mo
3, that's right.
He spoke on that man's death, and he said some very harsh things to some people at Trill Entertainment. Now, I'm not saying Trill Entertainment had anything to do with it, but there are people that ride or die for these record labels. You know what I'm saying? I was one at one point. I would have ride and die for Bad Boy or Rockefeller Records. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, there's these fans out here. They hear Booty disrespecting Trill Entertainment. and they might take matters into their own hands, is what I'm saying.
Uh-huh. I completely agree. I completely agree.
Yes, I do believe that we need some sort of intervention, some hip hop intervention, to discuss the fact that, you know, as people, as people of color, as minorities, we only have certain venues or avenues or platforms to make multi-million dollars, and hip hop happens to be one of them.
That's
Now,
right.
you don't want to destroy it to the point where we already can't have people in concerts. People can't come to the concerts. So that's one avenue of revenue that has been tossed out. Now, do you want people to stop listening and buying the music? You keep perpetuating that behavior. I believe that would occur. I think I done talked Don Juan off.
Oh no, I dropped my phone, so I didn't want to bend over in front of you guys. But I completely agree. I completely agree with you there, Dave. Jamar
Shout
says
out to Trill Entertainment. I love you.
Jamar says the moral and I think this is the moral and standards nowadays are low for real. The respect levels are in an all-time low, and I think Jamar hit it dead on, dead ass.
Well, listen, hip hop is a form of entertainment, right? It's just like the movies, just like TV. You got drama, you got comedy, you got thrills, chills, and action. Now, where I have a problem, for instance, the King Von situation, and it was shown on video, the man's final moments. Those are issues that I have. I don't want to be seeing, you know, the violence perpetuated on TMZ or any of the other social media platforms or news entertainment outlets. That we have to stop.
I think the new low was when the embalmer leaked his autopsy photo.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you that as an embalmer. Are there integrity standards in that?
Yeah. You do not post dead people's pictures online. And if you do, it has to be for scientific purposes, and you have to have family's permission, and they have to have like a waiver sign. Unless the body has been donated to science. Like mine that you seen online, that was actually in the classroom. It was a donated body. But of course, out of respect, you still don't show their face.
Yes.
So that was just terrible. And when I seen that, at first I didn't even think it was him. Yes. But the more I looked at it, I was like, this is really him. And then like I feel so bad for his family, you know, his sister, and she's like on there, you know, really mad and angry, like, you know, fire his ass. Like, yo, you leaking my brother's pictures. Like, we don't want the rest of the world having the final image of my brother laying on the table busted open. Like,
yes.
Like a lot of people can't stomach what I can stomach. And it's like, you got little kids that looking up to this dude, and these kids seeing this. Like, like but I will tell you one thing though. One thing I have learned going to school and being in that particular program, there's a lot of nuts in there. There's a lot of nuts in there. And the school, once they figure out which ones it is, the school that I go to, like, they will remove them from the program. And
when you say nuts, are you talking? When you say nuts, are you talking necrophiliacs?
I'm talking about people that like completely disrespect a corpse. Like if you, it's deeper than that. It goes deeper than that. Like there has been a lot of things since I've been in this for going on 2 years now, and so much stuff has come out. Like one guy, I'm not going to say where, particularly hog-tied a lady that was like 500 pounds and had sex with her, and then he went home and had sex with his wife. Well, like 3 weeks later, his wife goes to the doctor because she got a venereal disease. Come to find out, when they did her STD test, they found out that the bacteria she had was only a bacteria that you could get from a dead body.
Jesus.
Whoa.
She took it to her husband and she was like, what's going on? And they began to investigate him and found out that he was having sex with the corpses.
Whoa.
So why did he have to tie her up if she was dead?
The dude, he was like mentally off in his head. So it was like he was doing things to these bodies. It's just, it's crazy.
Whoa.
And that's why I said, like, people that embalm are supposed to see psychologists too, you know, like sometimes, like me being a bereaved and grief counselor, we deal with families that have lost people, you know, and everything, and we're trying to get them to the end where they're able to live on their own without having to, you know, need my help to get them through it, you know. So that's the overall goal. But some people, they can't do that, and me as a counselor, I even have to see a psychologist because we're bearing everybody's problems on our shoulders. So we have to have somebody to go talk to as well, because what we talk about with families is confidential. So it's like we would end up with compassion fatigue from caring so much. We end up making people's problems and issues our own. We have to have somebody to talk to too, as well as embalmers. They're supposed to have somebody to talk to as well, because some of the things you see is just traumatizing. It will set you off into like PTSD and stuff.
Oh my.
Have you ever been in a depression?
Yeah. When I had to do a baby.
Oh,
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
even think
because
about babies. Woo.
yeah, because that's why, like, I'm so passionate about children, because I lost my son, my first son. So it was like that hit really hard for me. And it's like I was like, well, if I could do this time, I'll be able to do it a second time. And I've been able to do it now. You just gotta face your feelings and go with it.
how long were you in the business before you were asked to embalm a baby, a child?
I was a student. I was still in college.
Wow.
Mm.
It's just like, it's all about how much you love what you do and how passionate you are about people, because you're doing a human service. You're doing a service to the community and the family itself. So it's like, if you have that love and that compassion for people, it's easy.
Do you consider yourself an essential worker?
Definitely. Somebody got to make these people look good going out.
But if they're not able to have funerals, do you think your work is going unseen?
I mean, in the state of Virginia, when you die, you don't have to be embalmed. So all we do is like pretty much freeze you and put a embalming powder over you, coat you in an embalming powder that will preserve you long enough for like a day or so that you can be seen. But after that, you start your body. As soon as you die, your body already sets into deterioration mode. So your body begins to eat itself and stuff right after you die. So
No, I'm saying with the COVID, they're not allowing the families to host funerals.
Oh no, yes they are. You have to be masked up, and they're seating, their distance seating.
Oh.
Because I actually lost, my godfather died on Mother's Day to COVID, and we had his funeral, and the seatings were like, 6 feet apart, but so many people went to his funeral that just went right out the window. So I mean, you go at your own risk. You know what people are dying of. So if you go, you go. If you get it, you get it. You're taking your own life into your own hands. Like, the funeral home isn't liable for what happens to you.
Do you find that some of the colleagues like to get high with the embalming fluid? I mean, I know people smoke it. They call them dippers. They call them dip sets.
Yeah, we actually
they call them
working. Yeah, I don't know why, because I leave with migraines from it. Like, just, it's so strong that it makes my eyes burn. So like, I wear glasses when I do it so that the fumes doesn't hit me. And it's like, we have to dilute it with water. And it's like, I don't see how people smoke this shit when I have asthma and I have a mask on and my glasses, and it still bothers me. And then the worst thing is like when I come home, I could take all the showers in the world, but that smell, it's like embedded into the back of your nose and in your mouth, and it's like it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
And like I was telling my mom the other day, I didn't go to work for like 3 days, and I'm like, Mom, and she was like, what's wrong? I was like, I swear to God, I just got this hit of embalming fluid in my nose. And my boss, he told me it's a smell that'll never go away. Once you get it that first time, it's like a phantom smell. It's there. It's not ever gonna go away.
It smells like death to me.
It smells like freaking pickle juice.
I don't know about pickle juice, but yeah, the bombing.
It reminds me of it. It's like when you were in high school and you had to dissect a frog. It smells like that.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's what I call it, the death smell for sure. Hey, Miss Mestiza.
I didn't take biology.
You did. Well, we cooked a squid in my high school, but I think that was all Virginia high schools. You probably did the same thing, Miss Mestiza. Hey,
we did frog, and then we dissected owl puke and got
owl?
rat bones. Yeah, like
The puke of owl?
Yeah, it's like it comes out in a pallet, and we had to cut it open, and we had to pick the rat bones out of it, and then we had to match them up to this worksheet our teacher gave us.
No wonder you're in a profession that you've so chosen.
I just like making people happy.
And I bet no one does that better than you. Hey, Mestiza, let's go ahead and keep the show going here. We got a keyword out there. And remember, there is a Cash App giveaway going on right now. To all those of you who have registered, if you donated at least $1, somebody's going to get $10 tonight. And I think, Ms. Mestiza, you have the keyword. You're going to drop the keyword. What's the keyword? And remember, in order to get your $10 Cash App, you have approximately probably 5 minutes or less to type in the keyword. And you must have donated at least $1 to the Cash App in order to get a $10 Cash App cash back. Keyword, Ms. Mestiza, what do you got?
You ready? Do I say it or do I type it?
You say it, and then they have to type it in. Once they type it in, somebody's going to get $10. The first one to type it in, and right now it's just one person, so it's on you, Jamar. If you can type in the correct keyword.
I see.
There it is. And there it is, Jamar.
I see.
A couple minutes to type it in, Jamar. If you could type it in, Jamar, you're going to get $10 on a Cash App to you right away, live. So let's see if Jamar can do that. We got a couple more minutes, so let's see if Jamar's listening to us. He may not be listening, but if he doesn't listen, he will not get it. But if Jamar can type in the correct keyword here in the next couple of minutes, he's going to get $10. And by the way,
we're going to give him back his $5, and we're going to try this again next week when more people donate.
There you go. And I was going to say, it's still not too late. It's still not too late. If you want to donate $1 and beat Jamar to it, somebody's going to get $10 here. Type in the keyword. Icy, you got to donate at least $1 to the Cash App. But somebody's about to get $10 here. All you got to do is donate $1 and type in the keyword. First one to type it in, it's going to Cash App instantly $10 right away. So here we go.
So will Ms. Mestiza be joining us? Will be joining the show?
Okay, he cut off. What happened?
Ms. Mestiza?
You're freezing, Dave. I think the question was.
Yes, my battery's dying on my phone, so I'm only going to have just a couple of more minutes. I was just wondering, are you going to be joining the show now?
I think, yeah.
Yep. So there you go.
Oh, fantastic.
We may see a little bit more, Ms. Mestiza. So I personally am glad that you joined us as a guest host, and also you too, Dave. And a big special shout out, of course, to Dialect 71887. So hope you guys get well. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Of course, we're going to do probably our one of our final episodes of the season, and to get ready for season 2. So it's not the end of us yet, but we're probably going to wrap it up for the season for this year. I think we did 36, 37 episodes. And so, we're going to.
Wow, I thought it was like 40.
It may be 40, Dave. I can't count that fast, we'll check it out. But I know on the collective we've had more than just a Friday Night Live. I think we did 36, 37 with Friday Night Live. Of course, you had about 10 episodes with your show. There's been other shows on the live stream. Don't forget to check it out, hiphopcitizen.com, Hip Hop Citizen Reports, the Top 10 I. And of course, a big shout out to all of our sponsors, the Limelight Collection, Fetty Says Beard Care. Don't forget your 15% discount when you use the promo code. And don't forget to check out hiphopcitizen.com.
How about the what was it? Feed the Culture. Are they going to join the roster?
You bet. We're working on a deal there. Hopefully, by the time we come back, we hope to see Feed the Culture. Feed the Culture, Apex Gang Worldwide. You see us out there. And big shout out to Pro Lyrical, too. Hopefully, working on Pro Lyrical, too. Hopefully, he'll join us as well. And big shout out to Gadget as well. The boys from Digital Hustle Films. And I forget the TV network that those guys are pushing as well. We're looking to see a partnership with them as well. Just a big shout out to all of you guys for making Hip Hop Citizen what it is today. And also Dave and Ms. Mestiza, 1.3 million of you have checked out Hip Hop Citizen live stream in the last 4 weeks. In the last 2 days, we've seen 800,000 of you guys check us out. We want to thank you for making Hip Hop Citizen live stream one of the leading interactive social media live streams and interactive chat. Thank you. That's a big special thanks to you. Jamar, where you at, buddy? You want this $10, man? I don't see the keyword coming for you. So I don't know. Do we go ahead and give Jamar we coming? There you go, Pro. Looking forward to seeing Pro Lyrical join us as well. So we're gonna have an awesome lineup for you. Jamar, your time is running out, brother. I need you to type in that keyword, brother. If you're still out there, $10 is yours, buddy. Go ahead. 1 minute. I don't know. You guys think we should just go ahead and just give it to him?
No, he's got to play by the rules.
Oh, you hear that, Jamar? I was about to give it to you, buddy. I was about to press you in, brother. Give you the money. I think we lost Jamar. So Jamar, you were this close, Jamar, to getting that money. We said it about 5 minutes ago. You got about 30 more seconds, Jamar. If you're out there, type in the keyword Jamar and claim your Cash App money.
Mestiza, who's your best female artist? Who's your favorite female artist?
Do you really want to know?
Absolutely. I wouldn't have asked if I didn't.
You're not gonna think I'm ratchet?
Oh, please. I'm hoping it's as ratchet as possible.
PP cocaine.
Cardi B.
Okay, I'm down with that. I thought you was going to say those girls from Miami. What are their names?
From Miami?
Yeah, the two ladies, City Girls.
I thought they were Houston. But they're Miami. Okay. Yeah.
When you said ratchet.
I thought they were California.
Nah, they're from Florida.
Well, when I heard ratchet, I thought you were going to say PP cocaine.
Yes. I love PP cocaine.
Are you familiar with PP cocaine, Miss Mestiza?
Nope.
Not yet? Yeah, well, we got to put you on the...
I'm about to learn today, I guess.
Yeah, yep, about to learn today, as Kevin Hart would say.
I'm about to learn today.
There you go. Jamar, if you're out there, man, claim this money, buddy. We are about to wrap up here. And Jamar, you got about 30 seconds, brother, man. We've been waiting on you to go ahead and claim this money, man. You got $10 coming to you. You participated in the Cash App giveaway donation, and you are this close to getting $10, man. You put up $5, go ahead and get $10 back, brother. You know what I'm saying? Call in, claim your money. Type in that keyword, icy.
So you said you have 2 children.
Yes, Lord, we in personal live. Tone it down.
Then, okay, my apologies.
Thank you, sir.
And a quick reminder, Terror on the Rappahannock. Don't forget to go check that out on YouTube. One of the great independent films by Beware and also produced by, I believe it was Day Off Films. It's a really great independent film. Mestiza, have you checked out, are you familiar with the Rappahannock area, being from Virginia?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a great independent YouTube video out there, and I believe it's also on Amazon Prime. Is it right, David? Or Amazon now. Catch it on Amazon, catch it on YouTube. I think either way, you're going to get there. But check out Terror on the Rappahannock. a really great independent film. I think it's about 30 minutes in length. Looking forward to seeing more of that. Just one of our sponsors there. I want you guys to check that out and let them know Hip Hop Citizen sent you. Go ahead and comment in the box in the Terror on a Rap Mechanic video and tell them Hip Hop Citizen sent you. We greatly appreciate that. And I don't know that we've seen Jamar claim in. Did he chime in here? I'm trying to get Jamar to get that money. Everybody saying, get the money, Jamar. Call in now.
Jamar don't want to sleep.
Jamar don't want the money, man. Jamar don't want the money. But we want to thank all of
my
you.
question wasn't going to be too personal. I was just going to ask, would you allow your children to be hip hop artists if they chose? That's all.
With substance, yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you want a conscious.
They could be whatever they want to be, but with a moral conscience and a good moral conscience. And when that intuition kicks in and your subconscious starts talking, you better listen to that thing. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You're going to get it percolating, but the right way. Okay?
There you go. Hey, listen. Speaking about getting, I think it's a great point, Ms. Mestiza. Speaking about percolating on the right way, you can percolate on the right way. Follow me on IG, Don Juan, the Mac on IG, Hip Hop Citizen on all social media. Don't forget to go to hiphopcitizen.com. What about you, David? Where can they find you?
Oh, we wrap it up?
I think we're wrapping it up, brother. You know what I'm saying? Wrapping it up is a safe way to go. Ain't that right, Ms. Mestiza?
If you're going to be a ho, you better rap it.
Yo, you're funny. You're really funny. Yo, you can find me at David Simonism on Facebook, David E. Simon on Twitter, and the David Simon Show on Instagram. I'm sorry I was late. Forgive me. Next week I'll be here on time to do the series finale.
There you go. There you go. Miss Mestiza, other than next week here on Hip Hop Citizen, where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook.
There you go. Look for Miss Mestiza there, and hopefully you can definitely follow her next week. Come in. Matter of fact, just come here next week, and you'll see Miss Mestiza here, and we'll give you a little bit more about her, and we'll throw down those social medias for you so you can check her out as well.
Yeah, like I still have to set up all that stuff.
That's right. We can get it all set up here. This is the Hip Hop Citizen Show. I'm Don Juan and Mac. I was going to say, God bless. Thank you guys. And you guys be safe, man. We out.